of papers that talk about feedback techniques. I'll just give a quick view of how this kind of feedback techniques in a very large, wide population can potentially help. We were having this discussion over lunch yesterday when it was brought out that Los Angeles Department of Water and Power has a mandate to reduce water consumption because California is facing a big water crisis. And here is a note from their website. I'll just point out two big things. The August water savings represented a 17.4% reduction compared to the same month in 2013. And much of this reduction is attributed to a combination of incentives and mandatory watering restrictions. So very less of technology being put in place, but a lot of push and feedback techniques that sort of result in real world savings that are really happening. So coming back to the topic of energy efficiency, we broadly, I mean, if you compare the sort of environments that are where energy is being consumed the most, beyond, of course, the industries, there are homes or residential places where individuals have a high degree of control. So I decide when to turn on the light or the air conditioning, and I pay for the bill also. On the other hand, in a commercial building or an office space, I don't pay for the building, I don't have the control as well. So except for the work that building robotics is doing where they're giving control back to the occupants, really, I mean, if I'm feeling cold here, I don't have a control of how much air conditioning I can control. While in dorms, it's a mix of the two worlds. So you do have a control on many of the appliances, and what you pay for is the total bill of the dorm divided by the number of occupants. So even if you conserve, if your neighbor is not conserving, you still end up paying more, and your energy conservation habits don't result in the financial gains being delivered to you. So it's interesting to look at this kind of a community. Besides, of course, we get access to that community much easily than other people. And there are, of course, other benefits. You train people, catch them young. You train them on energy efficiency while they're still young. So those habits can last longer. And if you just talk about India, there are roughly about 700 universities, about 35,000 colleges. So these kind of energy impact at this educational institution level can really go a long way. So the goal of this study was to understand the impact of the medium, whether I should go paper versus online, frequency, whether I should give daily feedback, weekly feedback, or online feedback, which can be accessed anytime, and what sort of display, so whether I should give private feedback or give that feedback in public displays for the energy consumption. So just to talk about the campus deployment, IIIT Delhi got into their new campus roughly about 3 years ago. There are more than 200 smart meters installed across the campus. There's a partially functional building management system put in place. Just from these smart meters, about 5 million data points are being collected every day over the last 2 years. One of the very few extensive deployments in developing countries. So we are really working with some of the collaborators in the US and in Europe as well to sort of understand the feedback mechanisms or the consumption habits of how they vary between the developing countries and the developed countries. And there are several applications that are hosted on top of this data at this specific link on energy.iiitd.edu.in. So to give a physical overview of how a dormitory looks like, it's like a L-shaped building, typically divided into 3 wings, A, B, and C. The meters are not installed at the room level, but they are at the wing level, so they are collecting the aggregate consumption at the wing level. The rooms in these wings are, for the boys' hostel, they are either single occupied or double occupancy, and for the girls' hostel, it's single occupancy and triple occupancy. And the dorms consist of a mix of undergrad and grad students. In terms of participants, there were 432 computer science students, roughly about 64% male students, 36% female students. I was actually reading an article just today where another premier institute, IITs have released the data sets of how many female and male students have been admitted to IITs, and they are roughly doing about 10%, so it feels proud that we are doing very good in terms of female students. Anyways, Of the total population, there are roughly about 70% undergrad, roughly about 20% master students, and 10% PhD students. This is some stats on the single occupied and double, triple occupancy students. We tried a bunch of feedback techniques. There was a baseline where no feedback was given, only education. So we had some weekly meetings where we educated them on what are good conservation practices. We started giving them individual paper-based feedback, comparing their consumption with the mean and the median, which is what is shown on the right side, and the lowest consumption as well. We gave them daily individual, so we changed the frequency from weekly to daily. We changed the pattern from personal feedback to public poster-based feedback, and of course, there was an online feedback that was also given. So in terms of study design, there was a baseline phase, there was a deployment phase, and then there was a post-study phase, each consisting roughly about 2 weeks. Of all the groups that we have, so the wings that we have, we divided them into 18 groups, and within 18 groups, we then created 6 clusters of 3 randomly selected groups in each cluster, and we made sure that each cluster has at least 1 female and 1 male group being there, and different feedback mechanisms were given to each of these different clusters. What we also tried to analyze was that once we stop giving these feedback, is there a sustained conservation practice, or do they fall back to their original consumption? During this post-study phase, there were a few group discussions that were had, and we also did a survey post this phase on what sort of things they actually acted upon that helped in conservation. So some of the posters used for general feedback, the web-based system used for online feedback. Data was analyzed separately for female and male participants. We wanted to understand a bit about the gender-based energy efficiency feedback things also. We normalized based on number of occupants for the wing, so that because some of the wings have only single occupancy, while some of the wings had triple occupancy. So we normalized based on number of occupants so that we can compare across all the wings. So interestingly, just look at the overall result. Energy consumed in general by female students was lower than the male students. And over a period of time, so as we gave feedback, which was in terms of competitive feedback also, that we were comparing them with mean, median, and the lowest. So the male students responded more to the feedback than to the female students. One can probably say males are more competitive, or one can say that females were already very, very energy efficient, so there was very less scope. We can't conclude either of these two based on the results. In terms of different feedback techniques, and this is where it got interesting, that it turned out that the paper-based feedback, whether it was daily individual feedback or the daily posters being put at public places, turned out to be most effective compared to either the weekly paper-based feedback or the online feedback for both the male and the female students. In terms of the post-study survey, about 84 students responded to the survey. So these are some of the measures they mentioned of what they did to sort of save. And these are all very simple things. I made sure to turn off the light when I leave my room. I unplug, turn off inactive electronic devices at the end of the day. I use natural lighting during the day rather than switching on the light. I turn off hall lights, which is in the hallway, when I'm the last person to sleep, or if it's too late and the lights are still on, so on and so forth. So very simple things which people otherwise didn't care about, but when you started giving them feedback, giving them comparison with other groups, they started caring about these simple things as well. Interestingly, when we checked with them that what kind of feedback they think would be most useful for them to be more energy efficient, people felt that self-motivation would actually be most useful, and they didn't feel that the daily paper-based or the weekly paper-based would be as effective, while it turned out by the study that it was indeed effective. So there have been previous similar studies that show that when you ask someone of what you think would sort of help you or motivate you, maybe they don't know the answer, and therefore asking may not help, but when you do the actual study, what the data reveals could likely be very different from what the person may actually say on your face for several reasons. So to summarize the outcomes, just the regular and easy availability of information really helps. What we did was with the daily personal feedback was slipped in together with the newspaper, and the students were of the habit of reading the newspaper in the morning, so they would also look at that feedback pushed to them. Daily public feedback was also observed to be useful. Effectiveness of paper feedback. So many of the similar studies that looked at the feedback mechanisms haven't really looked at the paper-based feedback. They looked at different kinds of user interfaces on how we should give the feedback. It seems like it is worth considering giving feedback back on the paper. Although when we did the post-study survey, some of the students did complain about paper being sort of not the right thing environmentally to do, and we shouldn't have given the paper-based feedback. The public information, so competitive feedback, whether it's delivered privately or using public displays, turned out to be effective. Whether public display feedback is or public shame, as some of the studies have shown, is really better in encouraging energy feedback. It didn't came out conclusively from our study. So that's all, and if you have any questions.